Hello students, how are you? I think you are feeling well and doing your job also well. So today we will start case study based question from this chapter. Which chapter? Polynomial. You know properties of polynomials. Polynomial are mainly of quadratic polynomials. So we can start like this. Question number 1, case study, definitely coming in your exam of CBSE, HBSE and all where. So due to heavy storm, an electric wire got bent as shown in the figure. So in this type of figure become electrical wire got bent like this. Like this. Due to heavy storm, an electric wire got bent as shown in the figures. Meaning understood. It followed a mathematical shapes. Answer the following question. So you have to give the answer of these questions. Name the shape in which the wire is bent. So this you know, this need not be tell, it's a parabolic. It's like a parabola. 4 type of parabola like this, upward, downward, this. So it is a quadratic equation cutting the x-axis at 2 points. So maximum 0, how much? 2. How much 0? 2. And the graph of a quadratic polynomial is like a parabola. Understood? Next, how many zeros are there? That's already I told you. How many zeros are of this? Its polynomial is like this. Cutting the x-axis, this is the x-axis. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. What's it? Y-axis. So cutting the x-axis at how many points? 2 points. So how many zeros? 2. The zeros of the polynomial represented by the wires are out. This is cutting at point what? -1, another one at 3. So that's your answer. Understood? So -1 and 3 is your answer. Got it? Next, related to that, the expression of the polynomial representing the wire. So this wire cutting the x-axis, at what point? This point and this point, this and this. So its zeros are -1 and 3 are its zeros. -1 and 3 are its zeros. So we can find out polynomial, which polynomial px, is equal to x plus 1 and x minus 3. According to this, minus become plus, plus become minus. When we can solve it, so it's become x into x minus 3 plus 1 x minus 3. So what's it's become? X square minus 3x plus x minus 3. So how can we write x square minus 2x minus 3? Anywhere? So this is your answer. This is your answer. And next one need not be tell you know. the value of polynomial at x equal to -1, and -1 is the zeros of this polynomial. So definitely this is equal to 0, which is equal to 0. Got? Easy one. Look one time, another one given case study. A highway underpass is in parabolic. Parabolic meaning its shape is like this. Shape is like this. Shape is like a parabola. Its shape is like a parabola. From starting. So its shape is like a parabola. And this is the what? A highway underpass is in parabolic shape as shown in the figure following picture. So its shape is like this. Like this. Underpass is this, or you can see here, you can look it. Understood, its shape is like this. So here also like this. If the highway overpass is represented by this equation, which equation? P of x we can write. Easily you can understand P of x is what? X square minus 2x minus 8. Then its zeros are, so zeros we can find out, x square minus 4x plus 2x minus 8. Splitting the middle term, what's it? Splitting the middle term, x square, so what's common? X common, x minus 4 plus 2 common, x minus 4. So how can we write? X minus 4 and x plus 2. Put them equal to 0. So 4 and minus 2 are its 0. So which one? This one. Understood or not understood? Next. Number of zeros of the polynomial representing how highway overpass is equal to the number of points where the graph of the polynomial definitely intersect the x-axis. Intersect the x-axis. So touching at which point? So this is, we can say what? This is x-axis. This is y-axis. So touching at this point and touching at this point, this you know. So as usual, you are showing like this, this, and the graph is like this. So one point is this, another point is this. So how many zeros? 2. And what's according to this question? 4 and minus 2. So intersect the x-axis. The graph of the quadratic polynomial is this also, you know, in the form of parabola. Which shape? Like this type of parabola. So questions are very easy. Understood? Next, the representation of highway underpass whose 1 0 is 6 and the sum of the zeros is 6. Saying the representation, not this, another one like this, the representation of highway underpass whose 1 0 is 6. 1 0 is 6 and sum of the 0 is 0. Sum of the 0 is 0. So we can say let, what we can say, let alpha and beta are its zeros. So alpha plus beta equal to 0. Understood? Alpha, beta, no, and let alpha equal to 6. So what's your beta? Beta equal to minus 6. Why? Because sum of the zeros is equal to 0. So what? x plus 6, x minus 6. So this is become plus 6, this become minus. So what's x square minus 36? A plus b, x minus a, x plus b, so x square minus x minus a, x plus a, so x square minus a square. So which is your answer? B is your answer. Getting or not getting? The number of real zeros that polynomial. So real zeros whose this x minus 2 whole square plus 4 whose f of x equal to. So equal to x square plus 4 minus 4x plus 4. So what's it's become? X square minus 4x plus 8. F of x. This becomes. So real zero exists when b square minus 4ac is greater than or equal to 0. What's a here? A equal to 1, b equal to minus 4, and c equal to 8. So b square minus 4ac. So minus 4 square minus 4a is 1 into 8. So how much? 16 minus 32, which is equal to minus 16 is less than 0. So how many zeros exist? 0. No real zeros exist. Why? B square minus 4ac is less than 0. Show one more case study given. Try to understand it. Big one given statement, also bigger one. A suspension bridge is in the type of bridge in which deck is hung below suspension cable on a vertical suspender. So like this is the wire. So this is the wire, and this is horizontal. So a suspension bridge is a type of bridge in which deck is hung below suspension cables. So this is saying deck. The suspension cable are in the parabolic, so its shape is like this, parabolic. So here also shape is like this. So not exact like this, not touching it. The point on the suspension cable just above the midpoint of the deck. What's the point on the suspension cable just above the midpoint of the deck? Midpoint of deck meaning this total length and half of it is lowest point of the suspension. Suspension meaning hanging. What's it? Hanging. Hanging wire going like this. How can? Try to understand. So wire is like this. In middle of this point, this deck is like this. So here is the minimum. What's minimum? The suspension cable just above the midpoint of deck is the lowest point of the suspension. Lowest point meaning near to deck. And the cable and the suspension cable is symmetrical about vertical line. Symmetrical meaning this is a vertical line. So half in this side and half in this side. Understood? Parallel to the suspenders. Suspenders meaning these are suspenders. Their name are suspenders. So what's saying? Symmetric about the vertical line parallel to the suspender through the lowest point. So suspender meaning what's like this. A parabola is the curve representing px equal to this. Now come on the topic, try to understand. So our equation is like this, p of x. Ax square plus bx plus c. This is the standard equation of quadratic polynomial. Parabola are symmetrical about the vertical line known as the axis through cuts the parabola at the lowest or the highest point known as the vertex of the parabola. So like this cutting. So that is known as the vertex of the parabola. If the suspension cable is represented by this polynomial, polynomial is this. What's polynomial? X square minus 8x minus 20. So you know this, we can write P of x. So how much this? X square minus 10x plus 2x minus 20. We will check. We are applying splitting the middle term, that one right or wrong. So what's the sum of these two? Equal to minus 8x. So first step is right. Second step, what's the multiplication? Minus 20 x square. So what's the multiplication of these? Minus 20 x square. It means splitting the middle term. Step number 1 also right. Step number 2 also right. So what's common here? So we can take x is a common. X minus 10 plus 2 take common. X minus 10. So how can you write? X minus 10 and x plus 2. X plus 2. So what's the value of x? X equal to 10 and minus 2. So what are its 0? 10 and minus 2. So we can say minus 2 and 10 are the zeros of this quadratic polynomial. Zeros of this quadratic polynomial. Second, a quadratic polynomial, the sum and the product of all zeros are this and this. So you know, how can we write px equal to x square minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. So what is this? X square, sum of the zeros. What's the sum of the zeros? Minus 4. Minus plus 4x minus 12. So anywhere given x square plus 4x. X square is your answer. Understood? A quadratic polynomial whose one zero is 2 and product of the zeros is 8. So we can say let alpha and beta are the its zeros. And alpha equal to minus 2 and alpha beta equal to what's 8. So minus 2 into beta equal to 8. So beta equal to 8 divided by minus 2, how much? Minus 4. Minus 4. So what's its zeros? Minus 2 and minus 4 are its zeros. So sum of zeros equal to minus 2, minus 4 equal to minus 6. Product of zeros is equal to minus 2 into minus 4. How much? 8. Again same here. So what's its become? X square minus sum of the zeros minus 6. So plus becomes 6x plus product of the zeros plus 8. So x square plus 6x plus 8. So what's your answer? A is your answer. 9, a quadratic polynomial whose zeros are reciprocal of the zeros. So this I already told you directly, you can write. So 6x square minus 7x minus 3. This is a polynomial px. And you have to write a quadratic polynomial whose zeros are reciprocal of this zeros, this polynomials, reciprocal of the zeros of this given polynomial. So already I told you, how can you find out? Start from this minus 3x square minus 7x plus 6, or we can write 3x square plus 7x minus 6. So look, this is your answer. Otherwise, method is this. Find out its zeros. Find out its zeros. So what's its zeros? 6x square minus 7x minus 3. So how much? 6x square minus how much? 9x plus 2x minus 3. Splitting the middle term, step number 1 also right, step number 2 also right. So what's common? 3 common, 3x common. So x minus 3. Or not, 2x minus 3, sorry. here plus 1, 2x minus 3. So what's it's become? 2x minus 3, and what's 3x plus 1. So if you can find out what are its zeros, x is equal to 3 by 2 and x is equal to minus 1 by 3. And reciprocal of these, this is become 2 by 3 and what's become? Minus 3. Then again you can apply which method? X square minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. Meaning you can show sum of zeros is how much? So 2 by 3 minus 3 by 1. What's your LCM? 3. 2 minus 9, how much? Minus 7 by 3. Product of the zeros, 3 by 2 into 1 by 3 minus here 1 by 2. So write x square, sum of the zeros, minus 7 plus 7x by 3 plus product of the zeros, what? Product of the zeros is what? Minus 3, minus 2. What's here? Reciprocal of it. So this you can write 2 by 3 into 1 by 3 minus here 3 by 1, sorry, cancel out. Understood? So how much? Minus 2. What's minus 2? So what's it's coming? Minus 2. So LCM 3 taken. So what's become? 3x square plus 7x minus 6. So that already I taught. By simple method directly you can show. Constant term become variable of the x square and variable of the x remains same and variable of the x square become the constant term in the reciprocal of each other. If the parabola representing quadratic polynomial this ax square plus bx plus c touch the x-axis, then it has only one real root. So it's meaning this is like this and the graph is like this, touching at only one point. So how many zeros? It has only one real root. This you know. All of you know this. One more problem. On May 20, 2020, super cyclone storm Ampline hit West Bengal. It caused a whispered damage in the West Bengal. Due to this, thousands of trees were uprooted. Uprooted meaning coming outside from the earth, and electric poles were bent also. Electric poles also bent. Some electrical poles bent into the shape of a parabola, like this shape. They bent in this shape. Their shape become like this. Cutting the x-axis here and here. And this. Like this. And quadratic, what if the above formation answer, and based on the above information answer the following questions. So following question. So what's this is? P of x is equal to what? Ax square plus bx plus c. This given. In parabola is like this. Downwards, negative in the downward part of the negative axis, y axis. So definitely age What's less than 0? So what's your answer? What's your answer? If it is upwards, A is positive. Yes or no? Zeros of the quadratic polynomial represented by the parabola are. So you can write like this. It's cutting the x-axis at this point and this point. So what are the coordinate of this? 2, 0. What are this? -4, 0. So zeros are what? -4 and 2 are the zeros of this quadratic polynomial. So what's your answer? B is your answer. The quadratic polynomial px representing the given parabola is what's this, you know. So -4 and 2 are its zeros. So what's it's become? X plus 2. -4 and 2 are its zeros. So what's become? X plus 4 and x minus 2. So what's it's become? X equal to x minus 2 plus 4 x minus 2. What's it's become? X square minus 2x plus 4x minus 8. So what's it's become? X square plus 2x minus 8. This is a px polynomial. Got anywhere? Sure. These are answers. This we told you so many times. Understood or not? Next one, the value of px at x equal to 0. Value of px. Which px? Px is this. X square plus 2x minus 8. What's px is equal to x square plus 2x minus 8. Look one time. Yes or no? So what's saying? If x equal to 0, so x equal to 0, it's meaning p of 0, 0 plus 2 into 0 minus 8 is equal to p of 0 is what? Minus 8. Anywhere, yes. That's your answer. Simple calculation. If the parabola shown in the moved rightward through 1 unit, so it's moving rightward in this unit. So this parabola become this type of shapes. What type of shape? This type of shapes. Exactly like this. So what are its zeros? 3 and -3 are its zeros. 1 unit -4. If parabola shown moved rightward, rightward meaning this, our right hand is this, so moving in this direction. So 1 unit -4, -3 coming 2. So what are the zeros? 3 and -3. So find out polynomial p of x, x minus 3 and x plus 3. So what's it's become? X into x plus 3 minus 3 x plus 3. How much become? X square plus 3x minus 3x plus 9. Or directly you can solve x square minus coming here minus 9. X square minus 9. Understood? If both 0 are negative of each other, then directly we can say x square minus their square 9. If 3 is this. Understood? So this I already told you. So this is, we can say. Next, observe the graph y equal to fx. What's the graph? Y equal to fx of a polynomial carefully and answer the following question. So graph is like this. Number of zeros of polynomials occur. Number of zeros of the polynomial, this polynomial, how many? Cutting the x-axis at how many points? 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. So how many zeros? Directly you can give answer. 3 zeros are there. How many zeros are there? 3. Same graph. This is y-axis. This is y dash. This is x-axis. The curve y equal to fx represent a polynomial which is 3 zeros. Quadratic meaning 2 zeros at most. Linear mean 1 zero at most. Biquadratic meaning 4 zero at most. And cubic 3 zeros. 3 zeros. So it's how many zeros? 3. 1, 2, 3. So what is that? This is a cubic polynomial. So what type of polynomial is this? Cubic polynomial. And the coordinates where the curve intersect the x-axis. So it's meaning if intersecting the x-axis, definitely y-axis is 0. So what are the coordinate of this point, and so 3. So first gone outside. This is not your answer here, only 2 given. Then what's given? So what's given? Cutting at this point, whose coordinate are -2 and 0 written here. So -2 and 0 is here, and here also, and here also. What's the coordinate of this point? 0, 0. What's 0, 0? Anywhere 0, 0. Here is a 0, 0. Nowhere, here also not 0, 0. Here also not 0, 0. So what's your answer? This is your answer. So third one, what are the coordinate of this point? This written 2 and 0. So what's your answer? C is your answer. Understood, all of you? One more question. Observe the graph. Which graph? This y equal to fx and y equal to gx. Two graphs given. One graph is this, another graph is this. So this graph is like this. Coordinates given this point 1, 1. Here 2, 8. Here -2, -8. First question, the number of zeros shown in the polynomial. So definitely, how many times it's cutting the x-axis? So this px polynomial cutting this x-axis how many times? 1 time. So how many zeros? 1. Got? It's meaning first one. The number of zeros shown in the polynomial, it's meaning this polynomial. So this in the polynomial of, it's meaning in the polynomial y equal to gx, and here coming y equal to fx. Fx, or you can say figure number first or figure number second. It's depend on you can understand. So this I am erasing here once again, not clear to you. So its graph is like this. Cutting the x-axis at how many points? 2 points. It's meaning it's coming down and then cutting. Again I can tell. So this graph is like this. like this. So cutting the x-axis, how many points? So it's showing here, showing at 1 point this, and second point is this. Cutting how many points? 2 points. So how many zeros? So definitely it's 2 zeros. Got or not? Now the crow represented the polynomial. Which polynomial? Which polynomial? Px or gx, fx? So this given, the crow represents the polynomial. What's y equal to fx? Is which one? So here points given 1, 1. This is 2, 8. -2, -8. So definitely they will satisfy that equation, which is, whose crow is this? Whose crow is this? So we can take y equal to x square plus 2x plus 3. First one we have taken. So what points we have taken? These 1, 1. Which one easy from these that you can take? This take, this take, this take, or any other you can take. Any other you can take. But I am taking 1, 1. So easy one is this. So it's meaning x equal to 1, x equal to 1, and y equal to 1. So y1 in place of x, 1 square plus 2 into 1 plus 3. So this is not equal to 1, is not equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3. So this graph is not of this polynomial. Second one, first one is this. Second one, what is y equal to x cube plus 3x plus 2. Again we have taken these coordinates. You can take 2, 8 or -2, -8, and remaining also find out. Then you can take if satisfy. It's meaning graph of that polynomial, otherwise not. So y equal to 1 cube, 1 cube plus 3 into 1 plus 2. So 1 equal to 1 plus 3 plus 2. Are they equal? No. So this also not. Third, y equal to x cube. So y again taking this 1, and what's this cube? 1. So 1 equal to 1. So this is the, so this is what? This one is a graph of which polynomial? This polynomial. Which polynomial? This polynomial. Next one, of y equal to gx. Here gx is what? This polynomial. Y equal to, and y equal to px is fx, sorry. This so second one taking. So here also same procedure. So anyone you can take 1 and 0, this given. Its coordinates 1 and 0, 2 and 4, and what? -2, -2. Anyone, if satisfy this equation, that one is the graph of this. So y taken, y equal to x square plus 2x plus 3. What we can take? 1 and 0 we have taken. 1 and 0. 1, 0 meaning y0 equal to 1 square plus 2 into 1 plus 3. So 0 not equal to what? 1 plus 2 plus 3. So this also not equal. So it's meaning this is not the polynomial whose graph is this. So second one we are taking. So B, A part we can say this taken. B we have taken. So y equal to x cube plus 3x plus 2. So directly you know, if you can put these value, y equal to 0 equal to 1 cube plus 3 into 1 plus 2. So 0 not equal to 1 plus 3 plus 2. So this is also not. So second one also not polynomial whose graph is this. So third one we can take C. C taken. So y equal to x cube. This also not if you can take 1 and 0. So what's become 0 equal to 1 cube. So this implies 0 equal to not equal to 1. So this also not equal. So this also not. So which one left? This definitely. So y equal to x cube minus x square. So what's 1 and 0? So put value 0 equal to 1 cube minus 1 square. So 0 equal to 1 minus 1 equal to 0. So whose graph is this? This already I told you. Got or not? So this understood. One more. The figure shown in the bridge with hanging wires showing and mathematically shapes. Mathematically, what shape is this? Parabola. What shape is this? Parabola. Hanging like this. The figure shown in the bridge with hanging wire showing a mathematically shapes. Answer the following question. Name the shape of the hanging wires. This you know, need not be tell. What type of shape is this? Parabola. Got. Second. First I will write like showing like this. This wire is hanging like this. Another wire is hanging like this. What is this like? What will be the expression of the polynomial showing the figure? So this is what? This is the x-axis. And this is vertical is y-axis. So this hanging wire touching the x-axis how many times? How many times? One time or two time? One time. So if it is touching this one time, so what's its answer? So what's its answer? What type of equation is this? So its shape is like a parabola. Understood? Touching this axis where? And if it is a shape is like a parabola, so it's a, whose graph is this? This is a quadratic equation. Whose graph is this? Quadratic equation. And quadratic equation is of what form? What type? Standard quadratic equation? Ax square plus bx plus c. So which one is this? P. Shape showing. Whose graph is this? It's a graph of a quadratic equation. So quadratic equation, standard form of quadratic. This is a linear, this is quadratic, this is cubic. So it's a quadratic graph of a quadratic polynomial. Linear meaning straight line. So this is not in straight line. So how much? Second. Zeros of polynomial can be expressed graphically. Number of the zeros polynomial is equal to the number of points where the graph of the polynomial, this you know, intersecting which axis? X-axis. Intersecting the x-axis. So it's cutting the x-axis at this point. So these are its zeros, two zeros, and both are equal. When possible, b square minus 4ac equal to 0. So its shape is like this. So saying the representation of hanging wire on the bridge whose sum of the zeros is 3 and product of the zeros is 5. So all things given. So we have to find out equation. This formula we know, x square minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. So what is this? X square sum of the zeros minus 3 minus minus plus 3x. Product of the zeros is 5 plus 5. So which one is this? Anywhere? Last one. Solve very easy. But I am telling so you can understand, you can solve. This is the most important part of your this chapter, graph of the quadratic polynomials. Already you know this question is given in the form of a parabola. So this shape is like a parabola. So now this region and assertion based question given, we have done this case study. You understand all things, statement showing the case, and then you have to express that in which form? In the form of quadratic polynomials, cubic polynomials, linear polynomials not given here, and you have to tell its zeros are these, showing a graph which cutting the x-axis 2 times, so 2 zeros, cutting at 1 times, and shape is like a parabola, then also 2 zeros and both zeros are equal. Understood? And if its shape is like this, graph shape is like this, so it's a cubic polynomial. What's polynomial? Cubic polynomial. This got or not got? Next, this also try to understand. Already I told you, your answer is A if statement 1 is true, statement 2 is true, and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. Your answer is 2 if your statement 1 is right, statement 2 is right, but statement 2 is not correct explanation of statement 1. And your answer is C if your statement 1 is true but statement 2 is false. And your answer is D, your statement 1 is false and statement 2 is true. So this first question given, try to understand statement 1, A, the polynomial. Which polynomial? X square. Which polynomial? F of x you can write equal to x square minus 2x plus 2. So we can find out b square minus 4ac. If this is greater than or equal to 0, then we can say real roots exist, otherwise not. So what's a here? A equal to 1, b equal to minus 2, and c equal to 2. So find out b square minus 2 square minus 4. What's your a into 2? Yes or no? 2 to the 4 minus 8 less than 0. So it's meaning its statement 1 is false. Its real roots not exist. A quadratic polynomial can have at most 2 real zeros. Second one is right. Statement 2 is your true. Statement 2 is true. So what's your answer? D. So what's the answer of this? D. I think you understood all about it. Statement, question number 2. Statement 1, a quadratic polynomial. A quadratic polynomial having 1 by 2, 1 by 3 as its zeros is. So I'm solving here 1 by 2 and 1 by 3 are its zeros. It's zeros. So sum of the zeros, alpha plus beta is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3. So 6 is your LCM. 3 plus 2, how much? 5 by 6. Alpha beta is equal to 1 by 2 into 1 by 3 equal to 1 by 6. So you know how can find out quadratic equation if sum of the zeros given and product of the zeros given. X square minus 5 by 6x plus 1 by 6. So how much? 6x square minus 5x plus 1. Definitely these are its zeros. One more method. So we can reciprocal of these. So 2 and 3 are the zeros of which equation? X square minus 5x plus 6. If you can check, so these are this, then also you can say. So your statement 1 is right. Quadratic polynomial having alpha and beta are zeros given by this, where k is a non-zero constant. What's given? Quadratic polynomial having alpha and beta are its zeros. Then what's given? K into x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus alpha beta product of the zeros. So what you can say? Statement 1 is also right, statement 2 is also right. We applied here. Statement 2 is also right. So what you can say? What you can say about this? Statement 1 is right, statement 2 is right. Is it statement 2 is correct explanation of statement 1? Yes, correct explanation, we are using that. So what's your answer? A is our answer of this. Got? Next one, if one roots of the quadratic polynomial is reciprocal of the others. One roots is the reciprocal of others. This is 3 I can solve here. So saying statement 1, if one roots of the quadratic polynomial where k is reciprocal of the other. Reciprocal meaning if one is alpha, other one is 1 by alpha. So equation what's? F of x written given this. What's k minus 1 x square minus 10x plus 3. So what's the product of the zeros? Alpha into 1 by alpha equal to c by a. C by a meaning what c here? 3 by k minus 1. So if you can solve it's 1. So what's 1 equal to 3k minus 1. So take k minus 1 equal to 3. So k equal to 4. Reciprocal of other than k equal to 4. So it means statement 1 is right. And why written k is not equal to 0? If k become equal to 1, so it's become 0. So it's not a it's not remain as a quadratic polynomial. Then second given, the product of the roots of a quadratic polynomial is like this, a by c. Note these are c by a. C by a. So statement 1 is right, statement 2 is not right. Statement 1 is right, statement 2 is not right. So what's your answer? So check here. Statement 1 is true and statement 2 is false. Then what's your answer? C is your answer. So what's your answer? C. Whose answer is C? This. And why? That I told you. So, question number 4, statement 1, if alpha and beta are the zeros of quadratic polynomial, which quadratic polynomial this? X square here, adding one more. So whose polynomial? This polynomial, x square plus 7x plus 12. So we are taking here fourth polynomial px, we are taking x square plus 7x plus 12. This given. Try to understand from here. If alpha and beta are the zeros of quadratic polynomial, this. Understood? So we will first find out its zeros. First find its zeros. So its zeros let. So x square plus 5, 6x, 9x, 12 or what? Look one time. Just it may be create a problem. So we will make its factor. So watch. X square plus 4x plus 3x plus 12 equal to 0. When polynomial is equal to 0, so it's become an equation. So what's its x taken common, x plus 4 plus 3, x plus 4 equal to 0. So x plus 4 and x plus 3 equal to 0. So what's value of x? Minus 4 minus 3. So alpha equal to minus 4 and beta equal to minus 3. So come on the point. This given is equal to this 12 by alpha, 12 by alpha plus 12 by beta minus 24 alpha beta minus 24 alpha beta is equal to how much? 395. 395. So put value 12 alpha equal to minus 3 minus 4 plus beta 12 by minus 3 minus 24 into minus 3 minus 4. 4 into 3 coming is equal to what? So it's meaning this. How much? Minus 3 minus 4. This cancel this. Minus minus plus minus 24 into 12. So this is definitely not equal to 395 because all are negative. All are negative. So what we can say? Statement 1 is false. If alpha, beta are the zeros of quadratic polynomials, then, so this is the quadratic polynomial. Watch, here I can write quadratic polynomial. What's this? Px is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. And what's your alpha? Alpha equal to minus 4 and beta equal to minus 3. So what's saying? Sum of the roots alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a, alpha beta c by a. What's given? This same given. So statement 2 is true. Statement 2 is true. So you know what's your answer? C. Look here. Statement 1 is true, statement 2 is false. But here statement 1 is false, statement 2 is true. So what's your answer? D is our answer, C dot. Statement 1 is true, statement 2 is false, then C is your answer. Statement 1 is false and statement 2 is true, then your D is your answer. I think you understand. Next given statement 1, alpha, beta and gamma are the zeros of this polynomial. Understood? And then saying sum of 1 by alpha, 1 by beta, 1 by gamma equal to 5. We have to tell. So the alpha, beta and gamma are the roots of this polynomial. And what's the polynomial whose roots are reciprocal of these? So start from here, x cube minus 5x square plus 3x plus 6. What's the sum of the roots? Is this 1 by alpha? 1 by alpha, sum of the roots minus b by a. So what's your minus b? Minus minus plus 5 by 1. So that's given this is equal to 5, meaning statement 1 is your right. So what's we can say? Statement 1 is true. Understood? So what's saying? Alpha, beta and gamma are the zeros of the cubic polynomial. Then their sum of zeros is equal to minus b by a. This is right. So what we can say? Statement 2 also true. And statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. So what's your answer? A is our answer. Understood? Then one more given. What's given? One more. The polynomial px. This is the polynomial px. What's x square plus 3x plus 3 is the given polynomial. So its degree 2. So what's 2 real roots? We don't know its roots are real or not. If b square minus 4ac is greater than or equal to 0, then real roots, otherwise not. So what's your b? If you can compare, this is the b, this is the c, and what is this? A, its coefficient is a, equal to 1, b equal to 3, and c equal to 3. So find out b, 3 square minus 4 into 1 into 3, definitely less than 0. Understood? So its roots are not real. So statement 1 is what? False. A quadratic polynomial can have at most 2 real zeros. Yes, that one is right. Already we are saying, so if we are having a quadratic polynomial, so it's at most how many zeros? 2. So statement 1 is false and statement 2 is true. If statement 1 is false, statement 2 is true. So what's our answer? D is our answer. What's our answer? D is our answer. So I think you understood this or not understood? All of you understood or not? Yes or no? Good. So this is all about this multiple choice question related to this chapters. Yes or no? I told each and everyone, first multiple 4 choice given, second case study 4 choice also given, then region based, assertion based question given to you. So I told these about chapter already, we told you. So now we will start what? Previous year question paper related to this chapter. Understood? So you will try to solve it. Yes or no? And don't think like this. One story I want to tell. So students mainly doing graduation, post-graduation, and after that saying like this, हमारी जिंदगी में साइन थीटा और कोस थीटा का क्या यूज है, क्यों हमें ये पढ़ाया जाता है? तो जो बच्चे ये बोलते हैं कि साइन थीटा और कोस थीटा के हमारी ज़िंदगी में कोई यूज नहीं है, तो गलत बोलते हैं। हमारी ज़िंदगी में साइन थीटा और कोस थीटा का भी यूज है। आपने देखा होगा कि जो आपका एजुकेशन का टाइम होता है, उसमें आपकी हैबिट को चेंज करने की कोशिश होती है। साइन थीटा, कोस थीटा इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन करवा के आपको सिर्फ ये सिखाने की कोशिश की जाती है कि आप मेहनत करना सीख जाओ, और जो ऐसा बोलते हैं वो नेगेटिव बोलते हैं। और दूसरा इसकी एप्लीकेशन, यू नो हाउ कैन फाइंड आउट एंगल्स। सो थ्रू एंगल्स वी आर यूजिंग ट्रिग्नोमेट्रीज। सो ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड बेटा, डू हार्ड वर्क इन लाइफ to get success. Thank you all of you. Best of luck.